Hello, my loves. I have some space, so I just want to ask to bring forth the most beneficial messages for you at this time and hope that you're all having a beautiful day. Whatever you see on the title will be what came through. Just welcoming in all of you, your higher self, anyone who can benefit from these messages today. I trust that your soul knows exactly what is needed for you. Opened right to the lovers. Let's just see again what wants to come through. Okay. So it feels like there's something that you're not seeing, but also something that is being released in the reflection. This is interesting because the Page of Swords came next. And for me, what this feels like is where you were once caught in the reflection, in the mirroring, unraveling yourself through the reflection, through the mirroring point. Something is breaking free within that. And this to me feels like where all of the swords are unraveling and opening. And you're gaining the bigger wisdom from those. So you see there's like less crows, there's less pain, more light bulb moments. And to me, the energy that's coming through is very swift movement forward. This feels to me like where we've been in this very deep shadow work, the mirror work, the reflection, the pain, the toxicity, the distortion, the overlay. And this is where we are finally breaking free on a broader scale and still rebalancing, right? But also see how she's balancing while she's walking across the tightrope. This feels like it's just about to the other side. And this actually goes really to the heart of some of the energies that have been coming through around inner union. I specifically wrote something that I want to share. It's your job to come into resolution with your connection, no matter how it looks, no matter how it is in the physical world. And it's coming, that coming into resolution is with zero attachments of how it looks or expectations of how it's going to play out. So when you're truly no longer in attachment, you're just comfortable with how it is, and you do not need the connection to be a specific way to validate you, your experience, your life, or how you're going to move forward. This is how you know your internal union because you're accepting the connection. You've worked your activation, you've worked the mirror, you've worked the reflection, and you have integrated it. And you're coming into a more embodied reflection of that. And I think one thing that can be a trap on this journey is where you've been told that you'll know you're done when they come back. And the thing is we get into our mind or we think that means that they're showing up in a specific way in the physical world. And that absolutely can still be the case. Don't get it wrong. But also, I know there are a lot of you who have been working very, very intensely, and you're feeling like you're not seeing the results that actually match the level of work that you have been doing. And this is where, apologies, I'm just turning off my notifications. This is where it can become a trap if we don't allow ourselves to release the old reflection. Okay, in the way that you've been doing it. It doesn't mean you won't still receive mirrors or reflections, but how you interact with them may be completely different because you have actually worked your catalyzation, you've worked your initiation. And when you're integrated in the internal union, You're not needing the outer reflection to do anything for you anymore in that way, right? You're just comfortable with what it is. That is actually one of the biggest signs that you've actually embodied internal union. You've embodied your connection. You've embodied your merge. You've embodied the information that was provided for you. You're not needing the masculine to show up in any specific type of way to complete you. You are complete. You see? And if you're not there, if you're still in that mirror reflection point, that is absolutely 100% okay. That is means there's still information for you to process, for you to learn. But this other message wants to come through for those of you who have felt frustrated because you know you're within those grasps of internal union, that you can feel the quickening of your embodiment, and it might not be reflected in the physical world just yet. But if you are truly in internal union, if you've truly embodied your initiation, you have no attachment to how that's going to show up because you're so incredibly secure within yourself. You're just open to the reflections that are going to reflect secure, stable connection in love, in friendship, in romance, in family, in friends, in community. That is signals that you have embodied your union. And how that shows up in the physical world is going to look different, probably for each and every single one of you. So if you're only sitting around waiting for a specific masculine who mirror that reflection back to you, my loves, you might be feeling like you're not getting your results, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not. It means it's time to broaden what you are seeing as the reflection of your results. Actually, let yourself open up to all of the reflection instead of just one specific person in one specific way, because my loves, that is attachment. And it's time to open up. It's time to step out in new ways if you feel ready. If not, let it go. But this also feels like something for you to have in your awareness, in your back pocket. If you're ever feeling suffocated or stuck within the connection or the mirrors that you have been provided. Yes, there may be more for you to do. And if that reflection and mirror is still nourishing you and your growth and your healing, by all means, keep following it. But if you reach a point where it's actually suffocating you and stifling you and it's becoming boring, it's time to go to the next level. And you're going to know that you are in union energies because you will have no need for anyone to show up in a specific way. But you absolutely will also be simultaneously ready to be open to secure connection and stable love in your life in reciprocity. And this feels important to let yourself expand to your next levels because this is the key to sacred union embodiment in physical form, whether it is with the initial person who catalyzed you or someone else for a time, and then that comes back around. But the important part is that you're actually embodying the capacity to receive secure connection and stable love in your life. And again, not needing it to be a certain person in a certain way, because again, that is still attachment, my loves. And the attachments are the bindings. So you're looking for secure connection. Can you be secure in your connection and simultaneously open to whatever is aligned and nourishing for you in the present moment? Because it may or may not be that original person in this moment, but it might be down the road. Can you be comfortable with allowing what's aligned for you now? Or do you need it to be a certain way? And no matter what your answer is right now, it's all okay. This is just information that you're gathering to understand where you actually are in your internal union process. Because really, that resolution comes from within you. Okay, that's the embodiment. The resolution of the connection is the internal union. And the internal union is the comfort and embodiment with being comfortable with knowing everything is exactly how it's meant to be in the present. You're right where you're meant to be, they're where they're meant to be, and you're comfortable with allowing the next steps to unfold for you. Okay. I've been actually downloading a lot around how to know you're ready for secure connection and stable love. So I think I'm going to come on with a video around that soon because this information is clearly stepping forward. And I know over the past 6, 7 months, 8 months, there was a big shift in the collective where many of the feminines did feel a boredom with the connection and the way that it wasn't coming forward in the physical. And this is a sign because we're very ready to step back into the world. And whatever we've gone through as a collective these last 6, 7, 8 months is now saying, yes, you're ready to come back out into the world, out of hermit. You're ready for that next level of embodiment. And whether the original masculine is showing up or not is not necessarily a reflection of the results of your embodiment. And that feels really important because, yes, there was a time on your journey where you may have required that information to help you move forward, or your system may have felt that so intensely, it was the only way forward towards your resolution. But now you've grown so much, you're ready for that next container. And again, that next container may or may not open with the masculine. It might, but it might not. And that doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. It doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're ready for your next levels of growth. And you cannot allow what you knew before to hold you back. These connections are evolving and ascending just like we are. It's really important that we allow ourselves to continue to expand our container. And that very well may include the container of your twin flame divine counterpart connection. It is not a denial of the connection, it is the evolution in your internal union embodiment and comfort within yourself is the signal that you are evolving, my loves. Okay. I'm going to leave it here. I have a sense that this is going to resonate deeply for some and potentially be triggering for others. And it's all okay. All right. Whatever comes up for you, however you choose to work with this information, what I'm seeing is it's actually opening from this container point that was important, but now you're ready to expand beyond the way that the container was. It doesn't mean denial. It means evolution, my loves. All right. We're going to leave it there. I would love to hear from you. I hope you're doing well and you're having a beautiful day. Take care.